Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's episode. It's going to be a shorter one because I got called in early for a shift, but it is going to be a fun one. We have got our farms up and growing in our city. Our next step is to prepare for the inevitable invasions from the greedy counts that wish to solidify their right upon the throne. However, the weather has been a bit rough to us, so we are trying to get an ample supply of food, which will in turn feed our coffers so that we can import some stone. We are also working on getting plate mail for all of our troops, and we need some wealth for that. But without further ado, let's get into the game real quick. Without further ado. Okay, so I've got this up. Let's kick it up on the play screen here. Good day to you, Sun Yangtze. We're gonna load our save game here, which is our, I'm just gonna call it stream save. As you can see, I've been playing at home, ramping up the difficulty. Because I've been taking my computer home since my wife and I are playing Baldur's Gate 3. So we'll go ahead and hit confirm and then load that. I'm mostly testing things that they've released in hot patches, testing theories. So a lot of my home cities are very mechanical in design. But with that being said, they did release a patch since last time we played that changed quite a bit, but for the better. So, we're going to see some of our production values vary. Right now it's November. We're entering the winter. If I recall, all of our farms are fully staffed, and they've got all the livestock they need. That one's not fully staffed. Interesting. I think that's what we were waiting on, was people. That's right. In the communal ovens, I got to remember where I put the ovens. Right here. Okay, so they do have people. All right. We might actually be able to pay our taxes this year, which will be a miracle. Although, we could turn our taxes off. Are they off right now? They might be off right now. No, they are on. I could potentially turn off our taxes to help expedite families moving in. I see. The future artisans of the strip are currently going to have jobs doing some menial labor, but we need to get food surplus up. And we need to get people in working in these posts right here. Unfortunately, that's going to require some of these structures to have residents move in. Now, one thing we could do, because we do have enough, we could upgrade these burgage plots real quick, just so that we have even more people living over here. I believe that was my intention originally. Otherwise, I wouldn't have made them two, because I get burgage pot coins from them. Oh, guten Tag to you, Raven Rules. How is it going? Settling in the new place? Awesome. I wish my peasants would settle. I could, you know what? I could turn off taxes. Let's do that. Let's turn off taxes for a little bit. That'll increase my happiness quite a bit. And what we need is we need 2 families per month, not 1. What's the bottom of the shirt? It says, it's not a dad bod, it's a father figure. My daughter's boyfriend got it for me for Christmas. I freaking love this shirt. .6 mile walk of 49 minutes. Dang. One of the things they've changed is how many steed or oxen that you could put on logging camps and construction camps. Now, what's really cool is instead of only 1 oxen having the cart in the construction camp, you can actually get more that have a cart. So we're looking at having 4 free oxen with 15 stable space. I think it's time that we get these guys a secondary oxen to help with the building. Now, we're not really building much anyway at this moment, but we could do 1 more. And since we know that oxen is coming, we'll put 1 over here, and then the families will have 2 oxens with carts delivering logs. More oxen, easier work. That's right. More oxen, more better work. Work. Now, we've hit that point in the game where we overextended, which is going to be bad on taxes. But with our tax rate down, this should climb. Obviously, they're upset because they were taxed this month, and they're upset because it's cold. But theoretically, this should go up 8 points, making it 78 and 75. Higher than 75 is the threshold you need for 2 families to move in per month. And then our farming industry will be a booming industry. All right, let's take a look at what we've got in our granary here. Oh yeah, we got plenty. Food is going to start coming. We're not getting the most product, but it's a small farming system. We really need to build a 3rd barn. Probably down here. We'll have to do some planning. Maybe it's better to have it up here near the storage facilities, but we do need a 3rd barn. And with that 3rd barn, we can add some more strips and get some more produce. But this should be fine for now. Now, we got apples here and apples here. We went really heavy into the apples. The next fruit that I want to get is pears. Pears will be very good. We have quinces over here, carrots over here, cabbages over here. We've got some radishes right there, or beetroots. Carrots over here, cabbages over here. So we've got a pretty healthy variety of different types of foods. The other issue that we were running... What do you mean? No one can walk 2.6 miles in 49 minutes. No one cares for my jokes. I'm going to admit it, I did not understand it. We need to fill our retinue. Now, I understand we have our archers here that we're working on, but that's because crossbows are expensive and we don't have that many. It's a little bit of a slower production. I would rather have 36 spare crossbows and go from there. But in the meantime, our bowyer, we have told our bowyer to, where is it? Oh. Bowyer shop. We're going to tell him to make some bows. I guess we did not tell him to make bows yet. We set a limit, but didn't set... Okay, cool. Not enough construction materials. Well, I know. We're kind of running low on stuff. But you know what? You'll get there. We don't need tools anymore. Dear God. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm blaming you. No, I saw when no one commented. My legs hurt. I did a 2.6 mile walk in 49 minutes. I then addressed him and said, oh, good job. Congratulations. And then you said no one... Oh, my God. I just got it. I just got it. I just realized nothing's working right on my stream. Now it's working right all of a sudden. Just took a while. Well, poop! File, hang on, I gotta change something with, Jesus Christ. I don't know why it's, not detecting my headset. But it is. It is not detecting my headset. So if I turn crying sad face scene on, I don't hear any of the sad music. Even though it is set for monitor and output. Oh well. Hello everyone, Smoke, my peace pipe has arrived. Tiniest moth arrived from the land of work. 2 Jarlses, yes, I know. You don't hear sad now either? I don't know why it's doing that. This, I told OBS not to update, and I think it got really upset about that. You know what? Let's do it this way then. Okay, we'll figure it out. So we're getting some construction done. We don't have any new people here. But we do have new people over here. Is it you that doesn't have a job? No, you have a job. You got a job. You have a job. I think I'm realizing the issue with this area over here. I'm pretty sure we're gonna need more people on the large storehouse. Also, I have thought of something. I want this forest cleared, but if we're gonna clear the forest, I'd rather clear it for things that make sense. And that's firewood. You guys do hear the audio though, right?
You'll know what that means.
Like the game audio. It shows that the game audio is going through, but I don't know if you're playing it on mute. Okay, good. All right. It's December. We're getting some building done, but I can't help but notice that it feels like things are slowing down. Our happiness rate is dropping due to the cold and taxation. But again, that's recent effects. Now, a lot of you who play this game might remove taxation to make your people happier, and then the next month realize it hasn't gone up. That's because people remember, right? It's gonna take a while. Ah, I see. So basically, there's not enough resources around the area, and the workers are taking from production queues. Look at that, we got some archers. There's some equipment missing. And now it's recruits missing. So now we just need more people. Which is what I'm trying to battle right now. Once winter is over, we're going to see the happiness in this area spike up quite a bit. Family start moving in. All right, family. You are going to be a storehouse worker. Meanwhile, I think the next family that moves in is going to go over here and start cutting wood. Just so that these people have what they need. Also, we're sitting at about... we could use some more wells, too. I bet you if I click on a place, it'll say no water. No, they have water access. It feels like I need more water, though. No water access. That's because there's no people there. Maybe I should pay attention to that. No, water access. Okay. Okay. Medieval times and happiness is the same sentence? Ha, funny. Well, I mean, that may be so, but with the level of technology it was, angry people with pitchforks meant a lot more to a lord than, say, today. Today, you've got rifles, rockets, everything else. But even your knights in full metal armor were at risk to people with sharpened sticks. So they cared a little bit about happiness. Yeah, I know none of the rank 2 houses have what they're looking for. I do need to get those filled, but I really have to get people in these positions first. But we're getting there. We were at 39 plus 6, and now we're at 38 plus 4. So we are getting people. They all have jobs. Okay, a new family has moved in. People, I need you to be a woodcutter. Whenever that gets built. We only have 10 construction families, because remember, the 6 that are working out of this are actually employed. Medieval happiness meant a happy king, a happy church, or maybe safe lands with some food. I think people found happiness in different places. Like some monasteries was really beneficial for people. They were quite socialist. So there were a lot of peasants that thrived living near these monasteries. And then there are some monasteries that totally took advantage of the people. Like you kind of see little throngs of in KCD2. But you're right about one thing. Food and safe lands was probably the most important. I've seen historical references to peasants who lived for some pretty diabolical kings because they had a loaf of bread on the table, a warm house, and plenty of, walls defending them. I know these guys are all talking. They're like, we have nothing to do because... Ooh, I gotta get ready by... No. Why would you do that? I was over here. How did you discombobulate yourself so much? It's almost fish time. As soon as March hits, now I love how they put the day of the month down in the lower part. I also like how they minimized it so that you guys, even though I'm in your way, can see on occasion when I'm moving around. And then if you guys are like, hey, what date is it? I just have to step to the right. It's March 1st. Okay, the fish have repopulated. Our fishermen are going out, getting some of the fish. We've got vegetables being harvested all across the county. The trees are still a wee bit small, so we're not going to get a whole lot of usage out of that. A new family has moved in. So now we're starting to get more and more families out here, which is good because this is going to be the center of trade. I wish there was a symbol for unemployed. Maybe it was an old message I clicked on, but I don't think so. It could have been families moving in. Unless... No, yeah. The last message for a family moving in. Okay. So it was the new family. Whenever you build a tavern, upgrade it to a large tavern as soon as you're able to. Unfortunately, we need to import stone, which is going to be time consuming. But that's why I need this district up and running. But before it can run fluently, we need this district up and running. Because then we can start processing all of this stuff. That's the malt house. So we got our bakers. As for breads, we have 77 wheat breads, 2 rye breads. We could probably get more bakers on the communal ovens. See the way this slopes down? I'm thinking this might be a good place to put some of our farmland. And have trees in the middle. So have the farmland split and go down this little runoff here. But first we need people. Okay, so Wildfeld is up here. The band of raiders is there. There's no land that anybody can fight over. I've got my eyeballs on this, but I need gold for that. We just had our taxes pulled. It might be time to, Interesting. I really need pears. But apples would get me more cider. Save our regional wealth. We need pears. Even if just a little bit. That does mean they're probably going to declare a Cassius belly against us and fight us. So since there is an ad break starting soon on Twitch, we're going to dock down to 1 speed. That way when the enemy declares war on us, you guys won't be missing anything. Wow. I kind of wish the outlaws would be a little more brazen and continue to burn before your forces got there, but Jesus Christ, that would be annoying if it happened to me. Huzzah! These don't have any vegetables yet. How is our vegetable stock? Pretty lackluster. But I really want these pears. We're gonna have more orchard trees for sure. But we definitely need these. The other thing we need our money for is more apiaries, because that'll help our overall production. But right now it isn't really... Our production is pretty okay. We can't keep up with it because we don't have enough workers. These buildings are getting fleshed out as we speak. I really don't want to build too many houses. Really don't want that to happen. All right, it's April 1st. The fishing pond has restocked once again. Our fishermen are coming out to cultivate it, and they're going to do it once more in May. New families started moving in. Good. I want to assign you to the large storehouse. Now we have 3 and 3. That's enough to satiate my needs. All right, let's get some pears in our diet. And now we have 53 remaining silver, so we'll make an apiary. You know, I think with everybody's desire to go to church, that we would see a nice little country road that comes up here, crosses the meadow, and just like in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, it would go into the forest but stay on the forest edge to avoid banditry. And now we've got some church access. Ah, damn it, I was trying not to get rid of that tree. We're gonna have to plant trees up there. All right. Unfortunately, we can no longer risk our lack of taxes. Dreamington is being claimed. All right, let's take a look at our forces. I think we're ready. However, I would really like you guys to be number 4. So where is the battlefield? Let's find out. Right out here. This is perfect. 2, rally your men. 3, rally your men. 1, rally the men. And number 4, rally the men. Number 1, I want you right here. Number 2, I want you right here. Number 3, I want you right here. And number 4, I would like you over here. Okay, so let's do some scouting. They're coming from here, which means they're likely to cross this bridge. If they come in through this route, which it looks like they are, so maybe we do hold up on this hill. We'll get the bonus for defending our area. We've got a fight coming, so as is with tradition, let's put on the battle music. All right, our archers are the first on the scene. Spearmen are next. Okay, so here's what we do. Number one, we're gonna stand in the middle, but right up here. Then number two, you are gonna come up like so. I need you over here on this flank, and I need the one with the most swordsmen on this flank. Then we can readjust these archers to be a bit more effective. All right, no more running, defensive. No more running, defensive. Defensive. Let's make them... Okay, they're already defensive, and we need these guys to be defensive. All right. Now we're ready for a two-pronged attack. So, we've got men coming from here. They're going to cross this bridge. But we also have men somewhere in these forests. There they are right there. Once we take on the swordsmen, we could probably rotate to do some bridge combat. But the question is, which bridge are they going to go for? It looks like they might convene and come across this bridge here. So we'll be ready. We're going to dispatch this group first and then be fine with everything else. No more running. No more running. No more running. Just wait. Let's move the crossbowmen into the front, and we'll move the archers right behind. That way, we're watching this area, and then we just need to turn on our heel to watch this area. I have a feeling this might be kind of a distraction, but if we can get rid of these troops quick and then move our forces down here to the bridge, we stand a chance. I don't know why we're huzzahing. I just want to be included. Always huzzah. Huzzah! Cheers to all of you. They are right there. Okay, so the troops are coming through the woods. This is going to be tight. I think they might actually execute a pinch. So we're gonna have to rotate and take them out on the open. We'll just rotate our formations to the right. There they are. Ready your bows. Our heavy infantry, we're going to wait so that we could rotate left or right, depending on how they try to break through. Are we all in position?
Push forward.
Always have your archers and push forward. Not only will they shoot faster, but if anybody comes up to them with melee, they will pull out swords. They're better than the thugs, but they're not quite as good as spearmen or swordsmen, but they can still defend themselves. Here they are. The battle begins. Loose arrows! Fire at will!
Keep shooting.
Shoot at will! Close the left flank. Begin encircling. All right, we're sandwiching them. They're encircled. Scout Dog, we got this. We need to dispatch these men. We did lose somebody. Push! Push! Get in the fight. Charge. Good. Okay, so I don't need you to run anymore. Instead, where are they now? They're gonna get to the bridge before us. So we have the high ground. Actually, no, I really liked this group cohesion, so let's go. Crossbowmen up front, archers in the back. No more fire at will, I need the range. Let's go. Oh. We did it. The battle is over! They were not able to get their troops over here in time, which means they wasted precious resources. All right, everyone, disband. Wow, that was one hell of a fight, wasn't it? Oh, yeah, everybody, let's get back to work. Shall we get back to work? No, oh, man, I'm so tired. Look at this. This battlefield. All right, we did it. The war is over, and we gained yet more influence, which is going to be important for taking them. They saw the tactical genius and said, nah, I'm good. Their mistake was flanking me with the first troops, because once you hold a territory for a certain amount of time uncontested, you immediately win. If they would have waited for those swordsmen, totally different story. Speaking of buildings requiring maintenance, we need to check on our mines. They are not collapsed. We're doing good. I really need the fish out of here. What's the cap? We have 6 days to get down to 118 fish. Otherwise, we're wasting fish. Classic case of blowing the load early. My guy. I think it's safe to say the battle music's over. We've did it. Botched Woodcutter's Lodge. That's access to tools. Maintenance will fix that problem. By the way, we have a family working this. We're getting a bunch of families here now. Good. But we're still not filling this zone out. Any of you unemployed? Nope. You're all employed. Soon our homes will fill and we will rise to the occasion. I mean, we could start growing more vegetables. Food is food. What can I say? I think our city folk are going to fill out first. I have coworkers who play Dungeons & Dragons and such, some for the first times recently. Well, I told them about the campaign you ran and Divine Giga Chad that Bamvar Makar was. Hell yeah. They started a new campaign, and one of them is worshipping Ilmater because they said it sounded badass. That's full circle with the pamphlets. Hell yeah, because people look at Ilmater, they're like, the god of suffering. That sounds stupid. Why would you want to go around and spread suffering? It's like, no. I always saw them as sin eaters. They would go to town and take the suffering. Imagine somebody who would enter your village and absorb, maybe not get rid of your illness, but absorb the illness and just walk around sick. Take your grief. I think just imagining somebody coming around spreading suffering is like, you know, lazy. It's kind of like the god of trickster or trickery. People are like, oh, I'm going to go and play pranks on people. It's so much more than that. It's just so chaos. It's to keep a balance between chaos and law, to make it purely neutral. So much more than pulling pranks. But if things are going according to plan and everybody's happy and there's legal order, oh, an enemy is pressing a claim yet again. Have they no shame? Well, they're already mustering their forces, so we're gonna have to move. Oh, look at that. Now, the interesting thing is we know blue is likely to come down south and across this bridge. But we don't know where any of their other forces have spawned in. So, they'll either enter here or they'll cross this bridge. So I think the gamble is that we tell everybody to rally up over here. And we gamble on this bridge being the target. We could watch their troops and see which way they go. It'll give us a good indication. These light mercenary archers will likely cross here and then cross here. That'll be fine. Okay, our troops are in position. Now we're going to slow down time because this is important. I need... No. You. I need you here. And I need you butted up like right against this bank. Okay? Our spearmen are going to be the wall. Now I only need it 3 deep to ensure maximum protection. And then our swordsmen are going to lie here in the reeds and await to jump attack. While our retinue enforces our men just in case there's a breakthrough. This is, we're reenacting a good old favorite of mine, the Battle of Hastings on Age of Empires 2. All right, they're in attack mode, they're in attack mode. Defense, 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 and defense. Now, what we could do is shield wall.
Shield to shield. Hold the line.
And our men are tearing forward. Where are they?
My liege.
Oh my lord. You guys need to pick up the goddamn pace. Right here. That's where I want all of you. Our men should be fine without the leadership. We also technically have some time. Are they going through these woods? Or did they branch out and meet with... Yep, they're going through the woods. Excellent. Now, they could start burning, but I have a feeling they're going to come across this bridge to help their people. We shall make it rain upon their heads. Bro, I'd never fight on a bridge as an attacker. I'd rather make my dudes swim or give up. They're like, I quit. Good. No more running. And now we watch. It's nerve-wracking. They're coming down the road. These guys could easily just start burning up my entire town. But the battlefield is here. Actually, oh shit. I'm not in the battlefield. Let's move this guy here. Change of plans. We need at least one person on the battlefield. There we go. And I don't want them in a position where they could be flanked on the trees. Okay, they are in fact going straight for my village. You know what? These guys might be fighting dirty, but it's a valid tactic. If they start burning this down, it's going to take us a while to recoup. So far, I only see brigands in the trees. Okay, it looks like they're obeying, and oh, they might be going for the long flank. Well, they will rue the day. Fire will.
Keep shooting. Men.
Fire will.
Formation.
There they come. We'll have this group pull away and defend that right flank when the time comes. Actually, they could get tangled up later on. Let's have them move there now. Fight in your formation. Okay, that first group is falling. Give a little bit, give a little bit, give a little bit. Let him in, let him in, let him in. Now, get him. Now they have no choice. They're in a choke. There they are. Meanwhile, I'm on the objective. Oh, the objective has moved up. Good. Keep on the defensive. Get in the battlefield. We are losing men, but at a slow rate. Meanwhile, they're carefully coming through the forest. Here we come. Enemy unit's been spotted. There they are through the bushes. There we go. They're breaking. They're breaking. This might be it. They're no longer firing because the targets are obscured. There they go. Everybody run. Yes! Disband. Holy. Look at the murder. This was an absolute massacre. I feel bad for the one guy who died right here. They're just whistling as they go back home. La-dee-dee-dee, la-dee-da-dee-da. Okay. It's now June. The fish have been fished down to 118. We still only have 6 months of food. Okay. It was a valiant. That is a lot of loot. That's right. If only robbing graves weren't seen as horrific. We got a lot of crying eyeballs up here. A lot of people grieving lost family members. But we didn't lose a single retinue. They also didn't really do much fighting, but they really did turn the tide. Alright. We're going to be importing soon. But I want a network. I want plenty of people. These need to be fully stocked. We're starting to get more and more food.
Emotional damage.
Maybe on them, Azrael, we just ripped them apart. A new family has moved in. All right. All of these new shops will make these people much happier. These people are miserable. But that's because a lot of them are rank 2 housing, and we don't have anything for rank 2 housing yet. Because we need this to expand. But people aren't going to move here until they move here. This is turning out grand. Everybody loves me. Everybody loves me. Best warrior ever. We do have 130 regional wealth. But the trouble is, I don't have like people living in these homes yet. So, let's see, what is this? Carrots? Let's do beetroots, and let's do some more cabbages. Cabbages are always good. Probably not the wisest thing to spend our resources on, but, you know. This needs to be a staple. More oxen. Once this is built, everybody can kind of take a breather. Damn streak broke. No! The next few people who move in are going to be part of our trading operations. So we're gonna need 4. Because we gotta start getting the money moving and grooving in this place. All homes have been built. I have 17 rubble stone, but to build our fortress, I need 74. I do think it's safe to say, though, our archers can be relieved. They did their job. And now we'll do crossbowmen. And this plus this is going to be group number 4. We should see those numbers level out a little bit as people grab more and more equipment. The spearmen would have been easier to handle if we had more crossbowmen. They just do more damage. Alright, let's kick up the speed. We got a new harvest season coming, which is good. I think we're gonna need a couple horses. We could do 4 horses. Okay. Our first of our traders is Alt. We still don't... Hey. 15 days? Oh my god. Well, let's work on our trade industry. I want to set up... We gotta do this first. Import. And let's do this until we have 150. Because we're gonna use this to bring in more supplies. Now, we don't need dress stone, but we do need rough stone. And I need 60 silver to establish trade for that. This is gonna be good. With the stone, we will be able to contemplate making a bigger church. Get our own little stone industry going on. Still not a whole lot of fruit coming in. That's what I'm hoping to break. But I think we're gonna have to wait 1 or 2 more years. Okay, now we lost money, but that's because we brought in some stone. It's crazy how much stone does cost. 'Tis raining, my lord, I know. But you'll be fine. I assure you. I would never lead you astray. How many days? 6 days until we start harvesting this. Oh boy. We really got to get more farmers. A new family has moved in. Excellent. You shall be a trader as well. Now, one of the things I should also consider is spending money on this and then exporting until we have a cap of 5. Now, I know that doesn't bring in much silver, but war bows are easy to make. We currently have 35 of them. It'll bring in a little bit of money. What's another thing that we have a lot of? Tools. We could sell tools. But all we're doing is prolonging the inevitability of needing more money. Once we start getting these farmers, we'll be able to make fabrics, make leather. We even have a tannery here ready to go that doesn't have anybody in it. Then we could start making shoes, clothing, ale. But I need these homes filled out. Which means I need these homes filled out. We are entering the winter months, and as is customary, we are not going to tax people during the winter. We only start taxing them in the spring. I know it'll make the king upset, but we have to do what we have to do. Right now, it's all about migration. That's what we got to get taken care of, especially before the bitter colds come in. Okay, we're selling some stuff, which is good. The other thing that we could export for pretty reasonable money is the... Oh. Well, we have no iron ore. We have no iron slabs either. Why do we have no iron? Ah, we don't have people mining. That's unfortunate. I did not realize that. Our military industry has come to a halt because of it. Nope, that's not what I wanted. People. Smelter. Okay. Ox guide. So where is our miners at? Well, a smelter doesn't do us any good if we don't have anything to smelt. Do we have anybody over here who's unemployed? Ox guide. Ox guide. Forester. Unassigned. You. Welcome to the mining industry. And you. You are also part of the mining industry. Let's get work done. Now, I could see a world where they would demand an easier walkway. So I could see the path of the employees would carve a road probably leading to the back here. That way they don't have to go down, deal with the main traffic, come up. Our wood industry is thriving, but it is possible we're going to need more forester huts. But again, that's a tomorrow problem. Well, that makes sense why we don't have any equipment. Slight embarrassing mistake on my end. All right. And then we need one more for the warehouse. Winter is approaching. They're not pissed off anymore. Their market variety is going up. Next year, we're going to see more vegetables coming in. We are starting to see apples. So that's good. That'll make them pretty darn happy. And already, we've got ore going to the bloomeries. And with ore will come weapons. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. All right. We still need one over here. And a new family has just moved in. So we're going to put them over here. There we go. We now have all of the logistics for the area taken care of. Now, to trade something with such esteem as iron ingots, we're going to need 60 gold. But we also need to gather said ingots. How are we doing on stone? 42? Not quite. Once we get our manor built, perhaps we'll start seeing more battles take place there. I'd like to play with that a little more. But we should see multiple families moving in as time goes on. This firewood hut is doing a good job at clearing the forest, slowly but surely. Food is a concern. Oh, it's fuel. Well, we're chopping. The only other place I could see about building is we could move our lumber industry out here. Does this have somebody working it? Yes. I think building another woodcutter over here might be a good idea. Just like right there. Okay, so enemies off of our north. Rally the troops, everyone, assemble. And we're gonna meet right here. This is where we will make the defense against the raiders. Now, since our troops are mobilizing, they shouldn't be in raid mode. They should follow, but just in case, we'll have to see. I think once they see our troops assembled, they'll change their minds. All right, archers. Line up right here. Spearmen, form up a defensive perimeter. Oh, shit, no. Spearmen, right here. Oh, there they are. Normal speed. Fire at will. Shoot at will. Push forward. Push forward! Our retinue is here to turn the tide. Oh my god, listen to that crushing footsteps. We've broken them. Yes, we've done it. We've defended ourselves from the bandits. You all may go home now. Look at them run away like cowards. We did it. With an ad break starting, we'll go ahead and stay in slow speed. But everything's going so well. Let's go ahead and purchase a horse. We have 3 months of food. Or 3 months of fuel. That's going to be an issue. Do we have a new family? We do, right? Good. Let's make this the highest priority build, please. Now, to be fair, we're still sitting at 100 charcoal as our maximum. We have 13. We really are running out of fuel. This is not good. I want you to do that as soon as it's built. Oh yeah, now we have 90 iron ore. We're doing great. All of our warehouses over here are stocked. This is the warehouse we gotta worry the most about. But soon, alls we need is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 6 more months. And there we go, we got another family. I'm gonna put you on the trading post. We are making money. We're going to fill this up with more horses, though, so we can increase our trade output. Oh, and we just watched all the money get pissed away. We have 51. How much do we need? 74. We're getting close. Then we could get back to ramping up our retinue. So in 6 more months, we're going to start seeing the farmhouses fill up with people. And that's where the magic is going to happen. So we're going to get more bread made. We're going to be doing honey production. We're going to be starting on our mead production. Everything starts there. Now, all of the alcohol production will be done over here. Which is why, in our granary, we don't have things like honey deselected. Or malt. Or apples. Shanosaurus Rex, how the heck are you? Hopefully you are doing well. Food is a problem, but not as much as fuel. And that is something that always seems to creep up on me. Not today. We have one more cold month to get through. I'm doing well. I have a slightly longer shift at work, which means a slightly smaller stream day, but we're going to be returning back to our longer streams tomorrow. One, two, three, four, five, six. So 3 more months, and that should be filled. As long as I can keep happiness above 79%. The downfall is in March, I do need to start kicking in some taxes again. Okay, fuel's still going pretty low. Alright, we have to make a call here. Commodities. We need some firewood. We need to import a trade. And I want to import until I have a minimum of 200. That'll help us. And then we'll buy another horse once we make money, which will increase the amount of firewood we're getting. Once we can start getting farmers, we'll be able to start upgrading all of our homes to rank 2, which is going to be glorious. And then, after this is filled, we'll be able to consider another farm and expanding our food territory that way. How are we doing on food? We still have 32 apples that ended up surviving throughout winter. So that's a good indication that we're going to be ready to make cider and stuff soon. Oh, we had a collapsed building. Better repair it. And this is set at the highest, right? Yes. Mine collapses are just part of the trade. We could say, hey, take it easy. Eat a year. 6 a year. No. 2 year, 1 a year by 50%. That's rough. Ah, yes. More families have moved in. And then once we get this built, we're going to be working on our forestry division, giving them more foresters' huts, probably here, here, here. I want a good, like, 4 strong forester huts where they're working on small patches of the forest at all times. The smaller the patch, the faster and denser they grow. I mean, it still takes the same amount of time, but more trees will grow in a smaller area. So that's what we're going to focus on there. debts to the king. It is March. It is time to turn our taxes on. We did not get the recruits we wanted, but we did get a few. Lieutenant General Zombie tried to make me pee myself. It did not work. One, two, three, and four. Now, the main reason why I jumped my taxes up in spring is because they don't have to worry about, you know, as many, oh my. Firewood's getting a little low. Are we gonna need to max this? We might have to max this out. Is this a new family? Yes. You're gonna chop wood. The market variety is definitely helpful. Okay, so we've got gold coming in, we've got gold coming out. Okay. See, the problem is I could upgrade these houses so they're giving me more coin, but in doing so, I'll make my people less happy, which means we will grow slower. And that's not good. By next winter, I want all of these properties to start getting people who moved into them. Good, the annual tax has risen. This makes me so happy. We can order a new horse. That'll be our second horse, so we need 2 more. Our ranks are starting to fill out now that we've got iron coming into the forges. Now it's just a matter of getting people to fill those ranks. You are unassigned. Let's have you chippy chop some wood. I think the next building we're going to need over here. That's what I have to do. Right. The logging industry needs to have 2 areas. Yes. Okay. With that being said, our surveyors have announced that it might actually be proper to build up here. But I, the Duke, also would like them, or Count, I guess, to connect with this main system of network. So, we're going to connect these roads. And over here, we're going to build. It does mean that people are going to travel far from their homes. But, this is all for the future. You know what? I actually only need 1 logging camp up here. Because they can take the logs elsewhere when I'm not building, so they can still store logs in here. And I'm beginning to think with our log production being at 587 that we probably only need 1 family logging right now. Okay, we've got more family members moving in. Only 2 more homes, and then the farmers will start filling up. This is good. This is a good thing. How many stables do we have? 16? Okay. We still need 2 more horses for here. I'm spinning the coin on it now because we're barely hanging in there, but we are hanging in there. And you know what? Let's build a secondary forester's hut. Right here. Because then I can get 2 of these in much smaller areas. Growing out the forest here. And then later on, growing out the forest here. Sometimes it's better to have fewer people on multiple buildings until you can field more, which we will be doing. Basically, whatever logging industry is taking a break, they're going to plant trees. And then when this one gets cleaned out, this logging industry is going to plant trees, and then this one will become active again. I guess that does mean I could technically make this bigger to cover this entire area. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Okay, we're gonna pause. We're gonna come over here. And we are going to get another horse. New families moving in, that's always good. Now, to avoid the penalties of altitude, we're probably going to put our pastures up on the slope next to our clay. The lower they are, the less they have to worry about the cold. But up here, up on this cliffside, they'll start freezing. We could probably get away with putting them here too. Future plans. We only need 1 more home to fill. And then the farming industry will start to kick off. My intention was that these buildings would get built first, but I wasn't thinking about it when I did this. I would have rather had all these filled and then started on them. But it's okay. You know, whatever we gotta do, we gotta do. We only have 13 firewood left. Ouch. Now, a curious thing is, before we start the industry over there, I'm going to take this person and equip it here. Okay, we're gonna find these people's homes. Beta branch, that is correct. Welcome, Nevidania. Hopefully I said that right. We're gonna go to these people's homes. Actually, let's reassign this forester to here. And now, again, multiple buildings for some reason just works better. Let's see, any unemployed people here? You can work in this one. And you, sir, can work in this one. 2 families each growing trees, while this lumber industry is going to get off the ground pretty dang quick. And we'll send one of our unemployed people from here up there, even though it's only temporary. We just need to keep an eyeball on that. Once the timber runs low, we figure it out. All right, our last horse for the trading outpost, and then we can start stocking up money to get more wood and stuff. Our firewood situation is pretty freaking scary. Okay, raiders near Wildfeld. That's not us. However, that does mean it's going to give the enemy enough influence to strike at us, so we must be ready. How are we doing on this? 68, we need 75. I think these houses are going to fill up. Then these in the back, and then these. Okay, Forester's hut has been completed. I'm going to send this unemployed family up here. And then for the advanced, I want you to just kind of grow trees here. Are you unemployed? Fantastic. You will go over here. And this third house, are you unemployed? Oh, glorious. You're gonna come over here. All right, they've staked claim to our land. And this is not something that we take lightly, chat. So let's get the right music in. Okay. Where's the battlefield at? It's right over here. Pause. 1. Shift 2. Shift. Oh, it's not going to do it that way. Fine. Rally the troops. Get them over here as to be expected. Then we'll wait. They're already on the move. But my guess is... Now let's pause. Let's make sure they're not coming from any sideways bullshit. It doesn't look like it. They're all going to be heading for this bridge. And you know what that means, chat. We need our archers to fan across this area. Actually, we need them to be a little more dense because they're crossbowmen. Actually, you know what? I gotta do this one at a time. Let's get this group 3 deep. Wow. They're so large now. Let's do that.
My liege. Yes, sire. My lord. Yes, sire. Your orders. Pick up the pace. Faster.
And then we'll move you over here. Actually, I need to keep you up here until the battle area changes. You could move down here, but that's ambush zone. Alright, whatever. We'll figure it out once everybody gets into position. Is it stable enough? Can I switch without major bugs or anything? I think it's actually one of the more stable beta branch updates. I would recommend you don't continue a save, just start over. And if there's anything about the new systems that you need to learn, feel free to ask here, or you can look up like Tacticat. He does a lot of YouTube tutorial-ish videos on Manor Lords, like how to be the most efficient, and he always addresses new updates. Okay. We're still waiting on one group of archers, but shield wall, and then right here. Shield wall, and then right here. Actually, I do want them to... I want them to bunch up, right? But I also want them in a position to where our swordsmen can get through. So maybe we do this. All right, here they come. We'll fast forward until our people start shooting, and then we will go back into normal speed. We're cutting down to normal speed. The last of the traders are coming through. Where'd the enemy go? What are they planning? They're just waiting there. Oh no, they're marching. I thought there was another detachment a little closer. I guess not. They're all bunched up. Oh, they bunched up. This could be problematic. You know what? Could you get over here, actually? Because if they're going to be... I want them to be shot from both sides. That's going to break their morale and make them pee their pants like little piss boys. Get ready. Once again, we fight over this horrid bridge. They're coming. All right, here they come. Enemy unit's been spotted. So, we've got them on push forward. That means they'll use their melee swords if they have to. They also fire quicker. And then now that they're on the bridge, we say fire at will. This will cause them not to shoot at a volley, but they'll shoot more frequently. And already they're starting to trickle down some troops, so that's good. I want everybody to be on defensive play. You ready? Push! Now, has the battle map updated? It has. Let's get our retinue in here. Our retinue's coming down the hill. We've got them trapped in the choke point. A lot of their men are just standing there. Next group. They're breaking their ranks. They've broken through. We need that group fired on in particular. Stop them from doing that. Oh my God. Fucking Jesus. What the hell is this? Bottle them up! Enemy unit has been spotted. Where? Oh. They retreated, but then regained their... Oh. They're lying in wait at my... No, that's not my base. Oh, okay. So they recalled them and then remustered them. That seems like a fully mistake. And just like that, I think the battle is over. Go back to work. Congratulations, men. Albrecht has once again learned that he cannot take us at the bridge. One of these days, I should just build my outposts there. Bridge combat is always fun. Okay. Oh. Huh. Still no new recruits over here. That's to be expected. We're starting to get more vegetables in. We still only have 1 month of fuel. Fuel is obviously a problem. Okay, advanced people. I want you to go to this one. Okay? People. I want you to go to this one. And I want your one to be like here. Right? And then this one to be like right over here. Harvest season. We should see a new... Okay, where was that? All right, hey, we got our first family. Hot freaking damn. Let's get you on the farmhouse. That way we have 8. And it looks like we've got another family who moved in. You are gonna fill the granary. Because we need more people on the granary, more people on... We just need more logistics. Everything's going swell. I might start using whatever silver we get for the regional wealth. Well, you know what? We're fine. We're fine. Our troops have been reduced a little bit, but not by much. It looked like we only lost a couple. Yeah, I was afraid of that. Not enough farmers. At this point, bridge battles are count as cheesing it. I saw how many people using this strategy. Oh, yeah. The AI is quite stupid. Now, times that it doesn't cheese it is when they actually get archers. Generally, I make that a little less of a problem when I capture territory. I like to build multiple bridges across. But it's no difference in being up here. You either have a bridge, they come off map here, or they come from this side. Andor Dornley is a very easy territory to defend. But I do get the sentiment. Is there anybody here without a job? Kind of. They all have jobs, but they're placeholder jobs. Just until these homes get filled. When these homes all get filled and we get people who are moving around and working some of these posts, I think things are going to be different. All right, let's start off with you. I need you to work in the... Oh, that's right. We need more people in these. I'm jumping ahead of myself. Look at that. Me getting ahead of myself? Shh, never. We have 100 hides. You know, our lives aren't in danger anymore. So I suppose we can go back to our classic medieval music. Oh, never mind. That's just as action-packed. Okay, as is customary, it is October. I'm going to turn winter taxes off. Yeah, cavalry's gonna definitely be an interesting one, and they should add it. That's the last step before they start working on city walls and, like, sieging equipment. They're working on a lot of verticality, which I like about this game. Part of the reason why I'm waiting to spread is not only because I want the gold to do so, but I also want the challenge, because they will respond. Especially if they don't have to spend any influence challenging me. And I've been challenged by 2 people before, back to back. So, we got that going for us. Yeah, all of these guys are basically going to be dedicated to the granary and the large storehouse here, which is going to make our happiness creep up. Of course, the markets are all going to be over here, but that is what it is. All right. Listen, people. I now need you to work the granary. Your job is to make sure that this thing gets stocked. I think realistically, I only need 3 in each. I'm being a little dramatic saying that they must be maxed out right now. So once we get one more, well, yeah, one more family. Because the granary's at 3, this is at 2. One more family to get 3 here, and then we'll start filling the trades like the malt workshop and the tannery. We also need one more farmhouse where threshing is a bigger priority, because right now it's just medium priority. But I could put these on low and put the other one on high and start getting this stuff into my workshops. You know what? I was never a fan of Stronghold. I played Stronghold 1 and was like, this is kind of dumb. It was much like the game Majesty. Not a big fan of those, like, Age of Empires, small-scale, medieval RTSs. Give me something like Total War, or I lean more in the grand strategy direction. This is a healthy mix of strategy and city builder that gives me Banish vibes, but... Alright, plant your trees. Every time they plant, it's kind of like RNG on whether or not they're successful. That's why you want so many families out here planting. Just like over here, we've got our entire lumber industry on hold because we have so many logs. And we've got all of them working right now on replanting this forest, which is going to take some time. But if you pause the logging area and have them all work forestry and then unpause this when you're ready to harvest, you could see your production bounce back and forth and maintain proper wood. Firewood is our problem. We have none. But we also have food, or money. We also have all 4 horses. So we're doing okay. We could look into some trade. I think crafting materials is something we're going to have to trade a lot of. We could also look into trading more weapons, like helmets. But that's going to take a lot of silver. Oh, you know what we could do? How are we doing on iron? We have 15 iron slabs, 400 iron ore. Okay, so here's what we'll do. Go to this. We need 40 silver, and then we'll establish a trade network. And I want to export it until we have 150. So we are going to have to make a dedicated trade to that. That'll bring in a couple coin. We'll flood the market with iron, so it'll lose its value, but I have an unlimited supply. Yes, we have some new families here. And the last of the warehouse family has been assigned. So now we have 3 and 3. I have not tried Workers' Resources Soviet Republic. I should look into that. The games I'm really excited, of course, for in the coming future is I hear there's a new update coming out on the Old World Blues for Hearts of Iron 4. I do want to catch up on Hearts of Iron 4 because I'm missing some of the DLCs and play a Fallout game. But the other one that I'm really excited for is Medieval 3. And I know it's a long way out. You better believe when Medieval 3 comes out, I'm going to play it. And I'll probably be just as disappointed as I was with Total Rome 2. Now, we're getting to the point where if we extend this area, we're going to want to prepare ourselves for more fields and more barns. Or farms, anyway. Ah, yes, more families. You need to work in the tannery, which is right there. And there's no reason for you to stop, because hides on their own aren't worth a lot. And then our next thing that we need to do is get people into the mall houses, but I'm holding off on that strictly because we are in the danger zone with our wood. Speaking of which, how is trade with firewood going? We need silver. Our industry's so powerful, we're just gobbling up that charcoal. But these guys are doing well. In fact, let's move their growth area over here now. And let's move your growth area over here. Meanwhile, we'll continue the growth area here and just see what happens in the spring. We need trees. We could also channel a work area for these guys. Like, hey guys, could you just cut down these trees? And we could do the same with this and say, hey guys, I just need you to focus on these trees. Otherwise, they're wandering, they're coming out here and cutting trees down. It's a mess. This at least gets them closer to where they need to be. Oh my god. We're at that point again, folks. No money, no firewood. There we go, there's some silver. Still not enough to do a dedicated trade on our iron, but our iron is still being traded. It's just not... It's only when a merchant passes through. We need one more gold coin to make that possible. Oh my god, we just did it. So let's pause real quick. We just got a huge shipment. Let's go to here. And I want a dedicated iron trade. There. We'll ship out iron quick. We'll get some money. It'll be a lot faster. We also have new families coming in. And you, sir, are going to be in the Weaver's Workshop. Now, the Weaver's Workshop doesn't have a lot, but it's going to turn flax into linens. So we need to get that going. In the spring, we're going to be turning on our... actually, we kind of have to do it now. One more month of happiness. One more month of happiness, please. The good news is we can also commit to this. So let's get that going. That'll have all of our builders. They'll have something to do. Our construction camp's going to come alive over here. Although we are going to need to build a new construction camp soon. Yep. They're all getting ready. Gathering, transporting, getting fuel supplies. We're good to go. Those construction camps are expensive with firewood, too. And we're starting to turn the tide when it comes to firewood. Well, I know you need resources. That's why I told you to do it. So that definitely helped. Telling them to harvest in a particular area. So what if we tell this guy, I want firewood collected from here. All right, none of our mines are collapsed. That's good. We have a well. We could start expanding our water supply, but I really should wait until after our manor has been built. Yes! Bring me all of the supplies. Oh, speaking of which, did I assign the additional oxen to this place? Yes, I did. Good. Okay, so our commodities are going to start dropping. Our flax is going to be turned into cloth. We're going to get our hides turned into leather. Which we can see right... Nope, that's not the tannery. That's the tannery. We want to build up a surplus of that, because once we get a cobbler and once we get our tailors, they're going to go ham on this stuff. I know there's no more space in the storage pit, or the saw pit. From here on out, our taxes will need to remain where they are, but we can't change it until this is built. So the more people, the better. I might even hold off on assigning people at this moment. If I can get them to attack my manor, that would be amazing. I've noticed that once the manor's built, sometimes the zone goes from being at the edge of the map to the inner, but that's not frequent enough. Also, you should build your manor towards the center so that your levies have a chance to get inside, because if they come off map here, my retinue's fucked. Now we're going to start getting food. We're getting... Okay. So enemies are coming in off the map here to Ander Dornley, which means I can actually assemble all of my forces right. I want the high ground. Let's assemble right over here. They might not get there in time. All right, let's cut to normal speed. Number 4, archers, right here.
Quickly. Your orders.
Spearmen,
Sire. Your orders. Yes, sire. Liege. Yes, sire. Yes.
no. I want you guys over here.
Move quickly.
These are the ones I meant to click on.
Yes, sire. Your orders.
All right, the archers are in place. They're going to come around here and whip out their torches, but these guys should be close enough to... Oh, already happening. They're moving through the woods now. Okay, now that I've got everybody forming up,
Your orders. Yes, sire.
purely defensive, defensive, defensive. Shield wall. Shield wall.
The line. Men. Run. My liege.
All right, everybody. I want your run speed off. So no running for you. No running for you. No running for you.
Sire.
No running for you.
Lord.
Now that they're within our sight. Okay, you guys are in shield mode. Cool.
My lord. Forward. Advance.
And we should see them coming through. There they are right there. Okay, and now we wait. None of them are lighting anything on fire yet, so we were able to aggro them before they went on their raiding spree. Fire at will.
Back to formation.
Fire at will.
Keep shooting. Men. Give it
Attack
your
mode.
all.
Move.
Kill them.
Get a charge bonus, and now we send our guys in. Mop them up. Aim at that group in particular. And then attack that group. Jesus! Polypho! How dare you?
Push forward.
Swarm them! Swarm them! Alright, we did it. Let's disband the troops. And now they'll go back to building. And this, my friends, is where we are going to end today's stream. It's a shorter one because I do have to go into work early today, but tomorrow we will be back to our normal schedule. So let's go ahead and save over the stream stave. Confirm. We're getting out of, the woods. We're getting out of the woods with our wood cutting. So that's good. I know. Oh, boo. Boo, Big Hoss. Boo. You'll have to wait. All right, everybody. YouTube, if you liked what you saw, you can hit the subscriber notification bell, but generally check in on us Wednesday afternoons, Thursday afternoons, Pacific Standard Time, and Saturday evenings, Sunday evenings. Tomorrow we're going to be doing chat versus streamer Fallout Hardcore, heavily modded Fallout 4 run that's really fun. I spin a wheel every time I die. and it makes me drop all of a certain type of item. So it's pretty brutal. On Saturday, we're going to be trying Hell Let Loose Vietnam. They did release a hotfix. I understand that hotfix is breaking servers, though. So if we start getting a lot of DDoS servers or a lot of crash servers, we'll switch to normal Hell Let Loose. And then on Sunday, we've got Food Simulator. So thank you for joining YouTube. We'll see you then. Bye-bye. All right, everybody. What's the shirt say? It says it's not a dad bod, it's a father figure. Let's find somebody to raid to get you guys some points for tomorrow. LMAO. Oh. Okay. Twitch. Who is online with Manor Lord?